Hello viewers and listeners, welcome to the English class once again. Before we look at today's topic, we will look at the assignment from the previous lesson. The assignment from the previous lesson, that was formal letter, reads, write a letter to the Ministry of Education seeking for sponsorship. Let's compare your work with this one. The sender's address read Sololo Village, Upper Fuladu West, Central River Region, 24th March 2020. The recipient address read the Minister, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Banjul. The salutation reads, Dear Sir, and the heading reads, Application for Sponsorship. I am hereby applying for sponsorship in your notable ministry. My family background is not strong, therefore they cannot afford to pay my schooling. Whatever the family have, they give priority to buying food over paying for my school fees. I assure you that if I am granted this sponsorship, I will put it into good use and excel in my education. Sir, your timely intervention will help to ensure the continuity of my education. Yours faithfully, then the signature should come, then Amifal, full stop. That was the assignment, that was the correction of the assignment for the formal letter. Now let's go to the topic. Today's topic is going to be centered on essay writing. Now let's look at essay writing. An essay is a piece of writing that discusses, describes, or analyzes a topic. It can describe personal opinion or just report information. Part of an essay. We look at the parts of an essay. One is the introduction. Then you have the body. Then you have the conclusion. Now, after looking at the parts of essay, we now look at the kinds of essay. Now, based on the aim of the writer, essay is grouped into narrative essay, descriptive essay, expository or explanatory essay, argumentative essay, or debate. Now, like we said earlier on, based on the aim of the writer, what does the writer want to write, or what does the writer want to achieve? Whether the writer want to report or narrate, whether the writer want to argue, whether the writer want to explain, or whether the writer want to describe. That's why the essays are grouped into this type. Now, we look at this type of essays, and we'll start with the narrative essay. We said a narrative essay deals with telling or narrating sequence of events which happened in the past from the beginning to the end. What does this refer to? This refers to reporting events as they precede one another or as they follow one another that happens in the past. If it does not happen, you cannot narrate it. So it has to happen so as for you to narrate it. So that's why we say a narrative essay deals with the telling or narrating sequence of events like happenings which happens in the past. It has already happened from the beginning to the end. So when we say sequence, now we are talking about the way they follow one another. Now let's just look at the basic qualities of a narrative essay. Narrative essay is a piece of writing that recreates an expression through time. Number two, a narrative essay can be based on personal experience. Yes, what you have gone through. You can narrate an experience that you had. So, number 3, it should engage the reader by giving them the feeling of being part of the story, which means the readers should be attracted while they are reading this particular narrative essay as if they were there. So that was the basic qualities of a narrative essay. Now let's look at how to write a narrative essay. How to write a narrative essay. Now, the first step in writing narrative essay is that you should follow a strict chronological order from the start to end. Meaning, you have to make sure that you start from the event as they happen. The chronological order is talking about the way the event follows each other. Like, for example, you cannot narrate an accident scene or retell an accident scene that happened when you just start to say the victim was rushed to the hospital. That was the last thing to happen. At least you start from where the victim was trying to cross the road, and then followed by where the car was coming or the vehicle was coming, the speeding vehicle, and then where the victim was hit, and then what happened next from there. So that's what we mean by you follow a strict chronological order from start to end. The other step is write action or episode in order in which they happen. This point explains the other point more. You write according to way they happen. Like you are narrating, you are not inventing. This, you are trying to say something as the way it happens. So the other one is tense that is used in narrative essay is simple past to talk about complete actions. Now, in writing, you are advised to use, in writing a narrative essay, you are advised to use tense that are simple past because it has already happened and the action has happened and the action is being completed. So this means you have to use a simple past tense in writing a narrative essay. The other one says we may sometimes need to use direct or indirect speech. Direct speech is when the person is speaking. Indirect speech is when the person is saying what the person said. For example, if I say, I am happy. I am happy. This is a direct speech because it's coming directly from the speaker, that is me. But if you want to say what I said, you will have to say, he said he is happy. And this now become an indirect speech because it's a speech that is not coming from me directly. It is a person that is telling you what I said. Okay? So we look at the format of a narrative essay, the format of narrative essay. Now in the format, explain which step do we take from the beginning to the end. For example, if you have a narrative essay, a question, let's say an exercise, or a question that is a narrative essay, the first thing that you should do is to write the topic. For example, a naming ceremony I attended, since you are narrating. Or a fatal accident I witnessed. A fatal accident I witnessed. The other step is to write the introduction. Then from the introduction, you have the body. This is the content of your narrative. Then after the content, then you have the conclusion. Remember, you had the topic, the introduction, the body, then the conclusion. Now, let's look at this format one after the other. First, we look at the topic. The topic, we said, this is the title of the story or narrative. For example, my cousin's wedding. That is the topic. Let's assume you are narrating about your cousin's wedding. So the topic will be my cousin's wedding. Again, the topic is either in capital letters or in small letters, meaning uppercase or lowercase. Again, if it is in the uppercase, you leave it as it is. If it is in the lowercase, you underline it. Another example says, an experience I love to have again. An experience I love to have again. The other one says, a fatal accident I witnessed. That is the topic. Now let's look at the introduction. The introduction is where the starting of the narrative comes in. The introduction marks the starting of the story and sometimes is made interesting or sensational to arouse the reader's interest or curiosity. Like if you want people to read your narrative and if you want people to develop interest, you have to make it sensational. Sensational, or you have to make it interesting, so that just immediately they read the introduction, they will want to read more into the content. So that is it. Sometimes people use what we call a hook, a rhetorical question, or sometimes probably a very appealing phrase, okay, as an introduction. For example, once upon a time, or it was a bright summer morning. If you look at these topics here, let's look at my cousin's wedding, and let's look at the second example that says it was a bright summer morning. You can talk about your cousin's wedding by starting it was a bright summer morning, then you continue. Let's look at a fatal accident I witnessed. It was a dark and quiet night. This could be the accident that you witnessed. Probably you were going to the village or you are going to the town and you're coming back, and all of a sudden it was dark and the night was quiet, and then an accident happened and you witnessed it. So you can start your introduction by saying it was a dark and quiet night, then you continue. Okay? After the introduction, we look at the body. The body talks about the content of the narrative. This should be in sequence and in chronological order. Okay? The events follow are to be reported as they happen in order. For example, if I am narrating a story and the first episode that happens will have a paragraph on its own. After the introduction, then for example, let's assume I am narrating about the wedding or I'm narrating about the accident. I'll start with an introduction saying that it was a dark and quiet night as I was walking along the pavement or along the pedestrian. So that is your introduction. You have done your introduction and now you start to say the event, how it happened. I saw a dark figure appearing from somewhere. Then I heard the purring of the engine of the car behind me. It was running at such high speed that I even couldn't see what type of car it was. You understand? So here you are taking this content in chronological order and in sequence or as the events are happening. So they are following one another. So each paragraph will describe an episode or an event or a sequence that happened. Okay? Now, as we said, they should be reported as they happen. So if I have one paragraph that talks about an episode before the accident happened, then one paragraph that talks about an episode after the accident happened, or during when the accident happened, then I have another paragraph that talks about after the accident happened. For example, this one was before the victim was hit, and this one was when the victim was hit, and this was after that. So this will follow chronological order as the events are happening. Now we look at the conclusion. The conclusion is the end of the story. It should capture the last episode and give a reminder of the first. What are we saying here? We are discussing about the first episode was about when the victim was hit. So before the victim was hit. So now the last will give you what exactly happened. The person who was the victim who was trying to cross the road was very unlucky to meet his untimely death, as you can see. So here, this last one is telling you about the first one. So here is a summary of what we have learned today. That a narrative essay has topic, introduction, body, conclusion, and a narrative essay should follow chronological order of the event. Chronological order of event should follow chronological order of events. Tense mainly used are simple past. Tense mainly used are simple past tense. Here is an exercise. Give an account of a fatal accident you witnessed. You are going to narrate an accident scene that you have witnessed. Do the exercise and compare it with this. It was on a Sunday evening and it was almost getting dark. The victim was coming from the beach trying to cross the highway. There was a truck coming, and behind the truck was a speeding van. Before he realized, the van ran over him, sending him high into the air, and he landed with a heavy thud on the highway. He let out a sharp scream, then moaned in pain. Then blood started oozing from his head like a fountain. People quickly gathered around trying to identify the victim. The van driver ran away. Someone called the ambulance. The ambulance arrived later and the victim was rushed to the hospital while I stood there watching dumbfounded. So when we look at this, we are looking at how we have the introductory paragraph, that is what was exactly happening, and then also the event as they unfold. The victim coming from the beach trying to cross the road, that is an episode. And then also the truck coming behind and the van also speeding. So before he realized, the van ran over him, then he fell. Now if you look at the other one, he let out a sharp scream, then moan in pain, is something else that also happened. So episode after episode. So today's assignment will be, give an account of a traditional wedding you attended. Today's assignment will be, give an account of a traditional wedding you attended. So this brings us to the end of this lesson. I hope you were following. Until I come your way next time, thank you very much for your attention.